Okay, let's go to the next slide because I have a question for you. So this gets at the crux of what is authentic communication. So look at this question, look at that lovely picture. What activities did you enjoy as a child? Now, during those age, first language, second language, third language, what did you love? And then
Great
if
question.
you're a fast typer, what types of language did this activity require?
Great. And you mean language even in L1, right? Even in the first language?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Great.
So let me give you an example while you're typing. So this picture, I loved to jump rope when I was a kid. I don't know about you, Kate, and this activity, the language it required was learning a chant, and the chants included numbers.
Very nice. Yeah, I liked to jump rope too. And I also like to swing on the swings and sing songs with my friends.
Great. What about
so let's see. Yeah, we have a lot of great responses coming in. Awais said playing games. Eva says playing hide and seek. Let's see. And please remember that even your first language is okay to talk about for this activity. So
it doesn't have to be in school.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be about English. This could be about your first language, because even as we're growing up, we're also developing those L1 skills as well.
Yeah, let's emphasize the word joy too, really.
Yes, what did you have fun? Rai says, Simon says. Let's see. Asking riddles from Ahmad. Skipping and singing loudly from May Wish. Excellent responses, everybody. These are great.
Great. So because this is a webinar, I had to go ahead and brainstorm, but you would have done my work for me. The next slide is a word cloud. So I just brainstormed everything that I love and that I've brought to my young learners when I was teaching and to my teacher trainees. So I hope your activities are on there. What words or word stands out for you in this word cloud? What is authentic communication for young learners?
Yeah, do you see some words? Some of these you guys have already said as well, but what are the words that stand out that you think really are indicative of authentic communication for young learners? Let's see, I see playing and games, which I'm excited about, and I think we're probably going to learn more about that. Is that correct, Wendy?
You got it.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so your activity's in there. So based on what you said that you loved, this is authentic for young learners. I find a lot of teachers when I do my consulting think that playing is frivolous, it's just a warm-up, but it's what we do in our first language, and I'm going to venture to say what we should do, I do it, in the second language. So the next slide shows a perfect kind of graphic for what we're talking about here. So we have this phrase, children learn through play. So I want to see if you agree, after all we talked about in this introduction, if you agree or disagree. You can just type A or D, and then I'll explain the graphic. Do you think children learn through play, playing with language?
Yeah, what do you think, everybody? Let's see, do you agree or disagree that children learn through play? I'm seeing some yeses, agrees, mostly agree from Mikhail. Yeah, I think a lot of people agree with you on this one.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much. I agree too. But I also agree if you, in your curriculum, you have to do a little bit of grammar, that's okay. But this is our primary way of children learning through play. So you see a hand, a heart, and a head. So the hand represents children learning through movement and play. The heart, poetry, rhymes, and songs. This is basically for this webinar and young learners where their learning is based through the hand, movement, and heart. Later on, about age 9 or later, we'll get more intellectual activities using the head, meaning thinking about language. These metacognitive skills come much later. But that's not to say that our young learners can't think, but we don't want to talk so much about language until later. So let's base ourselves in the hand and the heart.
Sounds good.
So we're ready to answer our first question. I love this picture of these kids.
Yeah,
What
that's a good one.
is authentic communication for young learners? Since I think we've already answered it through your wonderful experiences as a child and our characterization of young learners, we have a quote from Lynn Cameron again. Authentic communication for young learners is any activity and or content that is appropriate for the age and socio-cultural experience. You just told me that's what you did and what we should bring to kids in the classroom. So this is authentic. And if we look at this little gray box, I pulled this from Lynn Cameron's book as well. She says that there are studies that show that children from 7 to 8 years old, and I would venture to say younger, tend to pay more attention to the sound and music of the language. So didn't you mention songs and rhymes and chants? That's right where they're at. So this is authentic. I hope you agree.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do, based on the comments.
Wonderful.